Happy New Year. Hey, in this video, we're going to be looking at the 2026 market and try to forecast what's going to be happening in 2026. If you're somebody who stays updated regarding the real estate market, look around the screen, look down below in the description. You'll see our link to our home evaluation site. Go out there and we'll keep you updated on what your home's worth, and also we'll keep you updated on what the market's doing. Again, in this video, we're going to be talking about the 2026 market and trying to look at some numbers and forecasting what it's going to be doing next year. So let's go ahead and pop this first slide up here. Now, what this is the 2026 forecast from the California Association of Realtors. Now, a couple things we want to pay attention to. Number one, the number of homes being sold is going to be up this year. Number two, if you look, it's about the fourth line down, fourth horizontal line there, and you see that we're expecting prices to be up about 3.6%. Now, that number, we don't necessarily know if that's going to be accurate, but what we want to do is pay attention to the trend. So what they're saying is the trend is going to be upward. So in some areas it may be 4%, some areas it may be 5%, some areas it may be only 2%, but they're saying here in California that the trends are going to be upward. And we're going to be using this number to make some projections for Contra Costa County and also here in Concord. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and pop this next slide up here. Now, what this is the annual median price of homes. Here, the top line is Central Contra Costa County. The bottom line is Concord. Now, one of the things, notice how they move together. Remember what I told you, pay attention to the trends versus the actual numbers. These trends are actually going to be the trends in most cities here in the entire East Bay, which is going to include Contra Costa County and Alameda County. So pay attention to those trends. Now, one of the things we're seeing is that if you look closely, you look at 2020 and 2021, we see these huge jumps in pricing. Now, what really was happening at that point in time, we had the pandemic, and the Federal Reserve actually dropped interest rates, their interest rates, the Fed funds rate, down to zero. What that did is really kind of affected interest rates, created a lot of opportunities for people to buy homes, created a lot of demand and competition for homes, and that drove prices up. Now, what happens is the market kind of leveled off. Because we had those big spikes, the market kind of recovers when we raised rates back up. And what ended up happening, you're seeing the markets leveled off to where it's more of a normal market where we're seeing a 3 to 4% increase every year. And that's kind of what we're projecting for 2026 is about a 3.6% increase. Again, as I said earlier, this is going to vary from area to area. But one of the things you can expect is about 3.6%. And here's what it's going to look like if you take a look at this graph here in Central Contra Costa and the city of Concord. Okay, in this next slide we've got here, what we're trying to do is give you a little bit of information to help you make some decisions on your real estate in 2026. Now, one of the things we see pretty closely here, this is the city of Concord, and this is quarterly prices. Now, what's interesting about this is that this is not when the homes close, but when it goes off the market. So the homes go off the market in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, but they may end up closing later down the road. So what this is telling you is you look that second quarter, if your home goes off the market and you're selling your home and it goes into a contract in that second quarter, that's where the highest prices is. That's the sweet spot if you're looking to sell your home. Now, if you're looking to buy, second quarter's tough. You got a lot of demand for your home. You got a lot of competition. Prices are going to be slightly higher. It's going to be tougher to buy a home. You're going to have to take on a little bit more risk, maybe loosen up on contingencies and so forth that causing a little bit more risk. So maybe a tough time to buy or a tougher time to buy, but it's a great time to look at selling the home. Now, other quarters, first quarter typically lowest and fourth quarter typically lowest. Great times to jump in the market. Sometimes you see inventory is going to be pretty low at that point in time. Lower number of buyers, but also lower inventory. And so what ends up happening, sometimes it can be difficult to find the right home for yourself. But if you can find something within the first or fourth quarter, you're probably going to end up getting best prices of the year. Okay, this next slide looks like the last one. Now, this is actually Central Contra Costa. So this is combined the cities of Concord, Pleasant Hill, Walnut Creek, and Martinez. Now, one of the things to pay attention to this, remember, I told you about these trends. These trends are going to be consistent throughout in every city on the East Bay. That's throughout Alameda County, throughout Contra Costa County. There will be some subtle differences, but in most cases, these trends exist. So again, here we're seeing that second quarter is a peak. If you're looking to get your home on the market and so forth, we're really looking at that second quarter is kind of the best time to get your home on the market. Again, this is when it goes into contract, okay? Homes going into contract in the second quarters tend to sell for the highest. Again, you see that first and fourth quarter, best time to look at buying. That's when the lowest competition is. Now, also, you see a big jump in this between 2022 and 2021. Again, that's where the Feds actually looked at reducing rates to zero, and you see how prices jumped up. And because of that, you ended up, we're looking at prices that had either been declining year over year or just subtle growth. And we're expecting 2026 to be more of a normal year. Typically, we see about a 3.8% increase in the price. We're probably going to see that with second quarter being our strongest quarter. Now, guys, as I said earlier, look around the screen. You're going to see our home valuation site. Go out there. We'll keep you updated on what your home's worth. We'll keep you updated on real estate market. Happy New Year, and have a happy and blessed 2026.